YouTube, the Blind Wizard here, and what's this? Dun, 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 dun. I just got a note. I just got a note. I just got a note. What does the boss want now? Dun, 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 dun. Hello, Blind Wizard. It's been a while since you were last on this series, so I want you to continue Frieren. Okay. Even though I put out 2 more episodes before. Okay. You want me to do 2 more? Okay. Furthermore, what is that saying? Furthermore, when it comes to blind reactions, you don't necessarily have to do them in any particular order, even though you made those polls, unless you want to keep going according to your set roster. I don't know. I think I'll just keep going the way I'm going, boss. It's fine, it's fine. Also thought you should know that the equipment has been changed and modified. We have a brand new microphone. We do? We finally have reliable equipment? Thank you. Thank you. But just so you know, you're not the first person to use this new equipment, so you can't have that honor. Understandable, I guess. Nevertheless, keep up the good work and keep delivering the awesome reactions that everyone likes to watch. Sincerely, the boss, Joseph Crickmore. Okay, part of that note was kind of pointless because I was not deviating from my plan. But regardless, we're finally back with another Frieren episode, and potentially another one will drop right after this one. Here's the problem, people. Thanks to a lot of promotional material for Frieren, I know of one more character getting introduced sooner rather than later, and he's probably going to get introduced this episode. There's no way around it when a bunch of Frieren stuff online has him with the cast. I can't exactly ignore that. And my first real exposure to Frieren was in the Isekai Memories collab for that mobile game. So I know who he is, but once again, this is another case of I don't know the main story of Frieren. But there is one moment I kind of know already going in specifically, but it's kind of because everyone talks about it, it's everywhere, it's a kind of a big deal thing, and it's in so many episodes from now. We'll get there when we get there. But the point is, I know 2 big things about Frieren before I had even started. The whole entire cast and one specific relationship. Other than that, I knew nothing else about the series. Don't hold it against me. I mean, sometimes finding random things about a show can motivate me to watch the whole show. I'm not even kidding. Regardless, the next time you see me will be the post-episode discussion, and abracadabra, alakazam. Alrighty, post-episode discussion time. That, just like any other Frieren episode, it's impressive to me how I feel so... After every episode, I just feel so sad, so somber, but also so melancholy because of the atmosphere and the vibe and everything. It's just so beautiful. Okay, so this episode can be broken down into 2 sections. The beginning bit, wrapping up last episode, the illusion monster, I forgot its full name or whatever, but I just refer to it as the illusion monster, causing phantoms to appear, and the Dragon and Stark section. So the whole beginning of the episode was wonderful. Frieren finally realizing that because of that 1/100th of her lifetime, she has changed for the better. And it shows when they run into the illusion monster, because she claims that every other time she had encountered one, it would take the form of her master Flamme. Now, she also mentioned that Flamme would beg for her life, and things would happen, and Fern made the very correct answer. No, not answer. Fern had the very correct question of why was she begging for her life, and Frieren refused to go into that any further, which begs the question, who was putting Flamme in that situation, if not only a potential other apprentice not named Frieren? So we're going to hold that one and put that on the back burner, because that is important, because that could be someone else, and we'll get back to that when we get back to that. But then we ran into the illusion monster. Fern was actually hesitating, because she had remembered when Heiter said he would pass away and he would visit as a ghost, and she actually thought it was Heiter, and she was like, how am I frozen? I know it's a trick, why can't I do it? But then when Frieren sees hers as Himmel, which proves that that part of her lifetime did change her, that it now showed Himmel, what did Himmel's illusion say? It said shoot. And I'm like, what? How? How? It's supposed to be an illusion of the person. Was Himmel really that selfless to a point that if he was deemed the enemy, he would tell Frieren to shoot? Okay. I feel like that bears investigation and more discussion, but maybe it's just as simple as the monster saw Himmel and Frieren's memories when making the illusion and was like, you know what? I'm out. I'm not dealing with this anymore. That is so sad, even for me, that he decided to just quit living. Now for the other half of the episode with the Dragon and Stark. First of all, I need to preface this right up front. I kind of knew about Stark going in. I know. I'm supposed to be the blind wizard with no knowledge. And as I said in the Dawn to Dawn video, I don't call it a spoiler or me ruining a blind experience if I don't know the full context. Because sometimes seeing a clip out of context for a show I haven't watched is motivation for me to even start the show. Because there are plenty I would never have touched if I didn't see a 5-minute clip of the show. I can't think of any recent examples aside from Frieren, but it's also something I haven't looked at in literal months before I started episode 1. So my point is, I kind of knew Stark going into the show. However, it's also the only other thing I knew about Frieren going in was Stark's relationship with Fern and how that would build. Look, it's the one scene I'm sure you're all thinking of for Fern and Stark. And you know what? I'm here to see how it builds because, like everyone else on this channel, I am a hopeless romantic. I will, of course, support the ship until it becomes official. However, I wasn't supposed to know that going into this episode, was I? I don't know. I can only stay away from a series for so long before memories of viewing things in the past come back to bite me now. And to be fair, before last year, the reaction side of this channel didn't exist. So that's why the boss has his rewatch grind going for shows that he can't exactly have any of us do because they don't fit into any of the other categories. The only exception is the Toku Destroyer, but because that guy is the new guy, and because it's Toku related, of course he gets that kind of treatment. Why wouldn't he? In any case, getting to know Stark this episode was fun, if only a little bit. And Fern is very, what's the word? She's very determined. She's very motivated. She's not about to be lax or be in a position where she would... I mean, how do I put this? Fern is just fed up, I guess, with Frieren at some point, certain times. And like she has this like pent up stress about her. And so back to the dragon. Frieren, it was like, first of all, we have to get rid of the dragon because it's a threat to the nearby village. And true. But she's also like, I'm after this grimoire that the dragon is hoarding. And Fern is like, what spell does it contain that you would want it, Frieren? And she's like, a spell that lets you see through clothing. And I'm just over here like, huh? I made a point in the reaction itself that I was like, fan service and Frieren don't mix. They just don't. Frieren gives off the vibe where fan service would almost be out of the show's nature. Like, it wouldn't make sense for it to even be there in the first place. I mean, I know of plenty of other shows that have, like, little to no fan service, or if it's there, it's so subtle, it's just a part of the show's framework, even when ecchi stuff is not a part of this at all. Like, the one other example I can think of is Sakamoto Days. Like, remember Boiled and Obiguro? Yeah, Obiguro took off a jacket, and she was wearing, like, a very small sports bra, I guess. But, like, that was it. That's, like, that one example I can think of in Sakamoto Days. Because at the end of the day, aside from that one moment, if you even want to call that moment fan service, I don't think the ref was over there waving the red flag because that felt out of character for the show. That was one character, and in like a moment where the point was Obiguro was getting ready for a fight. And I'm pretty sure the ref was thinking about something else in the moment. Like a voice actor. Alexa Bliss. So my point is, not every show needs fan service or has fan service, and even if it does, it's like so subtle and minuscule, unless you're looking for it, it's not gonna harm anything. I bring all this up because Frieren keeps proving to me that women can also be perverts. It's not a very common trope in fiction. No, it's not. It's, in fact, a very sparse concept in the first place. Like, you're more likely to run into a male pervert naturally than a female one just by proxy of the women that do that are very, very obvious. Whereas the men who would even, like, I don't even know of anyone who would openly call themselves that. They're more subtle about it. They're more discreet about it. Obviously. So my point is, when Frieren continuously gathers spells and items and potions that just do these things, I'm like, what are you doing with these things, Frieren? Who are they for? Huh? Huh? So I don't know. I don't know. Next up, we're off to fight a dragon, I guess, and Stark may or may not join us. I don't know. In any case, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you liked it. Hit like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend, join the Patreon, And of course, keep your notifications on because as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.